Email marketing is so overlooked in the beauty industry. It's changed so much and it's not what it used to be. And email marketing is the foundation of how I have built my business in the beauty industry. Hey, I'm Stephanie Mitchell. I'm an online marketing coach for independent beauty pros. In this 3-part video series, I'm sharing how I use Convertkit to build my business and connect with students, clients, and my community. P.S. This video is sponsored by Convertkit, but I actually use and love this software. I've been using it for years, and Convertkit got in touch with me to make this series because they see how much I love using this tool. So Convertkit is an email marketing tool, but it is so much more than that. It's about creating an audience outside of your salon clientele, connecting with them deeply, and creating content that your clients and your audience love and that helps make you money. In part 1 of this 3-part series, I'm talking about how I use Convertkit to send weekly emails to my email list. Now, I have almost 20,000 email subscribers in Convertkit, which, I mean, it's crazy. I never used to think that I would have that many people on my email list, but it's taken a few years to build up to that point, and I email these people every single week, usually on Tuesdays. Rain or shine, no matter what is happening in my life or in my business. Sometimes I schedule out those emails ahead of time, but I always email my list because that email list, like I said, is the foundation of my business. That's where my paying clients come from. That's where I nurture my community. That's where I really create connections that are not only fun, but they build my business. So I wanted to go ahead and share my screen with you and show you what it looks like in Convertkit in my business, like how I actually use it to send out emails that help build my business. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you. And here you can see Convertkit. This is what it looks like. You can see these are my subscribers. You can see I have 19,446 subscribers. Today I've had 8 new subscribers join my email list. There's a lot of numbers here, but you can see like my average open rate, my click-through rate. I've sent 3 million plus emails through Convertkit since I started several years ago. It's crazy. So a really important part, like I said, of what I use Convertkit for is just sending out those weekly emails to those people in my list. So I'm going to go over here and show you some of my broadcasts. Broadcasts are emails that you are sending out to your list. Okay, so this is a broadcast that I just sent out an hour ago. So it's still got like a low open rate and click-through rate. But let's look at some of my past emails. So like I said, I send out these emails every single week. Now, I use my emails to do several things in my business. First of all, I use it to ask questions to my client list. So let me give you an example. This is an email that I sent out a few weeks ago. And you can see it's like pretty basic, like black and white text. I find that just having like regular text, nothing fancy, not too many images, works the best. So in this email, I was actually looking for feedback. It's so important to involve your clients and your community in making decisions in your business, because when you don't know what to do, I ask them. And I think it's a great habit for you to get into too. Whether you're thinking of adding in a new service and you're not sure about it, whether you're thinking of adding, taking this training or that training, or you just want to get feedback about something. So in this case, I wanted to get feedback about my event that I'm hosting in April, and I wanted to know what I should call the event. I had a few name ideas and I just couldn't land on one. So actually I put some images in here in this email, and I got them to click on the image that, the name that they liked best. I got the engine room actually got the most votes. So that's the name that I'm going for. So that's one way that I use my email newsletter, is to get people's feedback and opinions on things. And I think it's such a great way to really build your business in the right direction. The next thing that I use emails for is really just getting eyes on my content. So I don't know if you create content in your business. whether that's YouTube videos or even just like Instagram Reels or blog posts, etc. I use my email list to really amplify the reach of all the content I create. So I'll give you an example. In this email, I had done a YouTube video, Instagram branding for hairstylists. And I sent it out to my email list because they love seeing my content. I create it with people like them in mind, hairstylists and beauty pros. And, I get hundreds and hundreds of more YouTube views because I send it out to my email list. So in your business, if you're ever thinking like, I created this reel or I made this video or I did something and I want more people to see it, email list. Use your email list for this. And then the last way that I use my my weekly email broadcast is really just to connect with my community deeply. So here's an example. I sent this email out in December, kind of like looking back at my 2021. I shared a picture of myself with my parents' dog, etc. I, talked a little bit about what was going on in my business. Don't be afraid to be personal in your emails. That's what really creates that connection and trust. Let me just come back to you here. I find that salons and beauty businesses have this thing, and I've seen it personally when I've gone to different businesses, love you and leave you. Meaning I make an appointment, let's say I go and get my nails done. I leave the appointment really happy, but I never hear from the nail tech or the nail salon again. And I don't know why. Like, I feel like we should have some sort of connection community. There's so much that you can do to really bond with clients after their first appointments. And that creates connections that last for much, much longer. You have more rebookings, more sales, whatever it is that you want to promote. It's all about creating that connection after that first appointment. So part of that is also just like being a human in those emails that you send out. I use my weekly emails to tell people what's going on in my life, to ask for their feedback, to share the content I'm working on. And these are 3 ways that I really develop that deep connection with that community of people. Yes, it's almost 20,000 people. Your email list will be smaller, but I bet because you have those in-person relationships, your connections will be so much stronger too. So even a small email list can do a lot for your business. So you saw before that I sent 3 million emails to my list. Why do I send so many emails? Because like I said, it's all about relationships. I don't just send an email when I have something to sell. I send emails because I have content that's of value to share. I have relationships that I want to build. And like I said, I ask for feedback and I get replies. I get people to fill out surveys. There's so many different ways that sending emails to your list can really build your business. And then when I do have something to sell, my email list is so much more responsive. They actually buy from me. It's not just about feeling good and having those connections. It's about, you're growing a business, not a hobby. And your email list, my email list is the foundation of how I do that. So if you're ready to jump into email marketing, if you want to really start getting in touch with your clients and your community and start sending emails, you can sign up for Convertkit at the link below this video. You can actually sign up for free and start sending out emails right away. All right, that's part 1. I will see you in part 2 when we talk about actually building your email list with Convertkit.